All right. Hello, friends, and welcome to Peachleaf Valley Seeds of Love's demo. So if you've been on my channel for a little bit, you'll know that I have a whole bunch of different visual novels that I want to try out the demos of. This one is made by Great Gratuski, which are the same people who made the Love Spell Written in the Stars, I believe it was called, which we had just tried out. And I, enjoyed, but I thought that it was a little too childish for me, and I was not very interested in the romance options in that one, which is fine. Not every game has to be for me, but I was interested in trying another game from this creator. And so today we are going to be trying Peachleaf Valley, Seeds of Love. I don't know too much about this. All I know is that it is based off of farming sims, but as a visual novel anime game, which is super exciting because if you play farming sims, nobody's playing those for the farming aspects. Let's be real with ourselves. We're all playing to see all the cute little romance options that we could have. So this one being a little bit more romance-based, I think that I'm going to really enjoy it. I'm really excited to hop into this. Fun little note before we begin. For some reason, I could not get this game to capture, at all. The normal way that I do it is I have a game capture that I change for each game that I play, and it was not showing up at all, so we are capturing my entire screen. Hopefully it's fine, but yeah, we were having some issues. Let me also, while I'm here... Sorry, you're seeing the behind the scenes, and by capture I mean this is a whole separate screen, but let me move myself over just a touch, because I feel like I'm a little too far this way, Let's be over here, but otherwise, let's hop into this and let's see how this goes. I'm excited. New game. What is my name? So I do know that this is our character no matter what. You cannot change the way that she looks. However, my name's Kit, so we're going with Kit. Are you sure this is the name you want? Yeah, it's my name. Prologue. So I closed my eyes to old ends and open my heart to new beginnings. I like the way that even in their previous game they had this where they had a little poem. I really like that touch. I swallow a lump forming in my throat as my boss slowly brings his gaze up to meet mine.
You're fired!
Damn! First of all, voice acting. Secondly, I'm fired. Okay, let's see here. I need to mess with my audio settings real quick, because that was kind of quiet. Hold on, I'll pause while I mess with that. Okay, unfortunately, this is one of those games where they put the audio to, you can't hear anything until it's at 50. I always have my computer, personally, at 20. I know that everybody has their audios at different levels, but that's one thing that I'm not a big fan of in visual novels, is they always have their audio to where, you can't hear anything unless you put your audio to 50 and above. Listen, I'm not trying to blow out my ears, okay? Can we standardize audio, please? But I think I have this fixed where you'll be able to hear. I'll show you a little bit of a demonstration example.
You're fired!
So that should sound good for you guys. But what? If this is the type of work you deem worthy enough to submit to us after such a lenient deadline, then I honestly don't have much else to say to you. Boss, wait, I can resubmit a new draft or make any changes necessary. But, what exactly is wrong with the current proposal? I thought that...
Everything!
Damn. I can't help but gulp as my boss narrows his eyes at me, slamming his hands on the desk. I watch as he coldly taps on my art proposal before clearing his throat. This is not the level nor quality of work we expected when we hired you as the lead artist for this project, Kit.
It's almost as if you deem this position to be a joke of sorts.
Sir, I can assure you that's most definitely not the case. The urgency in my voice pitches my volume higher, and I can't help but tense up in my chair. It isn't like that at all. I was beyond overjoyed and truly honored to be chosen for this project. I admit that perhaps my art's quality has not been the highest as of late, but I can change that. Please, allow me to resubmit a new... No. And this is not something to be discussed. Desperation rises in my chest as I feel panic settled into my stomach, and I unconsciously stand up and bow my head. Sir, please, I'm begging you. I cannot afford to lose this position right now. The reason I haven't been able to concentrate is because I'm in the process of getting evicted. My apartment complex suddenly announced their demolition plans, and I've been swamped attempting to find a new place and finish this proposal, but I swear to you I can—
Tell me, why is it that your excuses are always more creative than your art pieces?
Damn. My heart feels like it's stopped in my chest as I stare at the pair of ice-cold eyes staring back at me. For a moment, I feel like a deer peering into a bright, fast-approaching headlight, seconds from a tragic fate. I can only watch my boss open his mouth once again, grabbing my proposal in the process.
Perhaps you should have become a writer instead, if you're so good at coming up with stories. However...
We need an artist, not a writer. One that can deliver work, not excuses. I can feel my blood run cold as I watch my boss slowly grab my art proposal. Please don't rip it in half. The very same proposal I had stayed up working day and night on for the last several weeks. The very same one that just a few hours ago I was so proud of.
Your proposal was... garbage, for lack of a better word.
I hope you'll come to realize that as an artist... He narrows his eyes as he opens the cover of my proposal one last time before looking back up at me. And throwing it in the trash, I felt that, at the very least, he did not rip it in half, so I could just pick it up from the trash, you know? You're an easily replaceable asset in such a competitive industry. If you're going to spend more time fabricating excuses rather than meeting a client's minimal expectations, then perhaps you should have considered a different career choice.
You're not an artist. You're an amateur.
And this company is not looking to employ amateurs. We're looking to employ professionals. One that you have already been replaced with. Damn. They replaced me before they even told me I was going. Obsessed with the bird in the background? Right here, Yufuku, is the very first thing that I saw, and I was like, damn, obsessed with it. I can't help but rub my temples as what feels like the heaviest, longest sigh of my life escapes me. I watch as all sorts of people stream like ants throughout the city streets, each with their own destinations in mind. Eventually, I can't do much else and opt to stare into a lukewarm cup of coffee in front of me. Fired and getting called garbage right to your face, huh? Definitely not how I expected my weekend to start. My heart feels heavy as I look up from my drink to gaze out at a clear, blue sky that seems to stretch on forever amidst towering skyscrapers. And to think of how beautiful a day it is today. It almost feels like the world's mocking me somehow. My attention is diverted when I hear the sound of a child laughing. My eyes trail over to a young boy tugging his mother's arm with one hand and clutching a small sketchbook in another as the pair sit down at a table near my own. He opens the sketchbook, flipping to a page of a specific drawing before suddenly jumping up on the chair. The mother laughs as she watches her son strike the same pose as the crayon-colored character before her. Oh, and this is Thunderman. I drew him during recess when everyone else was outside. Why, he's so handsome. Look at all these details. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Munchkin. You're getting so good at drawing. Thanks, Mommy. When I grow up, I want to become an artist and draw my own superheroes. Oh, you're gonna be a great artist, sweetie. I just know it. You're already so talented and you work so hard. What else could you need? I feel my grip on my coffee cup tighten as I watch the beaming child show his mom more and more sketches in his notebook. The sparkled look of joy, hope, and happiness that beams in his eyes. It's one I remember well. I can't help but swallow the forming lump in my throat as I grab my drink and slam it into a nearby trash can. Damn. As I walk away from the tables, I shake my head sadly as the mother and son's laughter echo in my ears. And my heart. Don't be stupid, kid. As much as we all want it to be that way, the truth is hard work doesn't guarantee anything in the real world. The only thing it'll learn you is realizing just how stupid those dreams of yours once were. For your sake, I hope along the path of life, you find something else that can make you smile like that. Damn. Because art just isn't worth it. Take it from me. Without uttering a word, I quickly walk away to escape, watching a shadow of what I once used to be, too. A shadow of a happy, dreaming kid who loved what she did more than anything. The shadow of a person who doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so this one's starting out a little depressing. My feet carry me down familiar city streets as the evening sun begins to set and golden hues illuminate the sky. But before I have a moment to take in the uplifting sight, an email notification from my phone commands my attention, okay? Dear Kit, this is an urgent reminder. Please be aware that you have 3 days to vacate the premises. Miss? At 302 New Street Lane. The demolition of the complex will begin Monday morning at sunrise. All tenants and belongings must be removed by then. Any and all belongings that still remain in the property by next Monday will be considered garbage and thrown away. Please act accordingly. Monday? What? That's impossible! I gawk at my phone as I stop to read the full email, earning a few strange glances from other passerby. My heart races in my chest as I frantically dial my landlord's number. After a few moments, a voice picks up.
Hello, this is Frank speaking.
Frank, this is Kit from apartment 302. I just got an email from the complex saying that demolition begins Monday morning? How is that possible when barely a week ago you told me I had another month to move?
Oh, yeah, about that, sorry for the confusion, but there's been a, slight change in the plans.
I love this voice so much. What? What are you talking about? Yeah, you see, the company that bought that complex wants to start building a water park on it ASAP, and while the original agreement said a month,
The CEO called me yesterday and offered me $500,000 to start next week. Can you believe it?
Congrats. Not 100% sure that that's legal, that you can just change something like that, but I don't know. I'm not a landlord. What?
I know! Ain't that something? So, yeah, you gotta get out of there.
Frank, are you crazy? How am I supposed to find a place to live and move into in 3 days? It's Friday!
Yeah, I understand and all that, but, money talks, baby!
Sorry about the short notice, but I'll need you out pronto. But Frank!
Oh, got another call coming in. Ain't much more to discuss, sweetheart. Deal's a deal.
Sweetheart. By Monday morning, I need you out of there. No ifs, ands, or buts. I scream out in frustration as the call drops, and I can only gawk into my phone. I liked that voice actor so much. I could listen to them talk all day. By Monday? Where the hell am I supposed to go? I just got laid off, for God's sake. Taking notice of the passing strangers and nearby security guards shooting me curious glances, I feel my cheeks flush red in embarrassment. I clear my throat as I continue walking forward. I need to calm down or I'm going to risk getting arrested at this point too. But hell, at least I'll have a rent-free place to stay by Monday. Just as I attempt to calm myself by heaving a few deep breaths, my stomach lets out a disturbed growl. I rub my belly as I glance at the time. Ugh. And to top it all off, I haven't even been eating properly trying to meet that stupid deadline. What was it even for in the first place? Maybe I should just grab some fast food, go home, and try to plan out how exactly I'm going to survive the next 72 hours. As I barely take a step forward, a speeding car honks angrily at me, causing me to quickly tumble backwards in an attempt to dodge it. Oh my god. I almost just got hit. An angry-looking man lowers down his window as he flashes me the finger.
Hey, what the hell? Watch where you're going, lady!
That's my line, you jerk! Where'd you learn to drive? I can't help but let out a shaky breath as I watch the driver flip me off again before angrily taking off. I look down to catch the sight of myself on the floor, now with a few bleeding scratches adorning my hands and knees. I glance up to see people passing by left and right, but no one bothers to help me. Not so much as even spare me a glance. As I look up the looming buildings on either sides of me, I can't tell what suddenly feels colder. The concrete of the floor or the hearts of the people in the city. Okay, so we're back to being a little depressing. I let out what feels like the millionth sigh of the day as I wrap my arms around my frame from the chilly night air that's begun to settle in. As my apartment complex finally comes into view, I can't help but stop in place. Home sweet home, huh? Well, not for much longer anyways. As I reach for my keys, I catch sight of a wooden sign that seems oddly out of place, resting against the streetlight next to me. Semi-annual farmers market. Last sunrise to sundown, today only. I raise an eyebrow in the direction the sign points as I tilt my head towards the entrance of a nearby park. Farmers market? I didn't even know those happen in this kind of city. I feel like farmers markets, honestly, happen more often than in big cities than in small cities. Like, I live in a pretty small, I wouldn't even say a city, and we have a farmers market, but it's not the same kind of farmers market that you could find in a city. I forget where I went to. Oh, it was in Minnesota. It was like Minneapolis or one of those big cities. And there was a farmer's market that was like an actual farmer's market that sold vegetables and stuff. Whereas in my city, it's more of like an artist market. And that's fine, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like farmers markets happen more often in cities than they do in small towns. But maybe they'll have something cheap and good that I can grab for lunch tomorrow. Okay. Just about anything's better than that nasty burger I had for dinner. Ugh. With newfound interest, I decide to make my way towards the park. As I walk into the park, the realization of what time it is hits me as I watch people finish moving large tents and baskets into trucks. Damn, I just missed it! I didn't realize how late it'd already gotten. That sign was probably put up way earlier today, huh? Yay. Or expired ramen for lunch it is. What a menu. Deciding to at least walk off the 90% grease, 10% burger I grabbed for dinner, I stroll down the venue and spot various folks still packing. The rustic and humble-looking stalls of fruits and vegetables being sold grab my attention, but what intrigues me more is the people packing them. I watch as these vendors, most of whom are dressed in simple, worn clothes and mismatching colors, laugh and joke amongst each other. Okay, what a description. Many are covered in sweat and dirt from a hard day's work, but the look on their faces is what really captures my attention. Why do they look so happy? Despite the visible weariness of the day, almost every face I can spot is graced by an expression of utmost joy. As they chat amongst each other and continue packing, one would assume that perhaps they had the best sales day of their life. But the many carts of unsold fruits and vegetables in the back of several trucks dictates otherwise. They seem so genuinely happy. Can't help but feel a little jealous. As I smile sadly and continue walking forward, I almost near the end of the long street. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, a big sign decorated with vibrant flowers catches my attention. Help wanted. Various positions open at Peachleaf Valley. Ooh, title drop. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I find my eyes transfixed on the words written before me. For some reason, I can't help but read the sign over and over again, almost as if waiting for the words to sink into me. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I can only blink blankly as I mumble the line aloud, but the sudden sound of approaching footsteps distracts me. I turn to look into the face of a short, old man with a funny-looking mustache. The man shoots me a kind smile as he places a small crate of flowers down next to him, before motioning towards the sign.
Evening there, missy. I'm afraid you're a bit late for the market. Seems you might have missed all the good deals, but, well, are you interested in hearing more about the valley by chance?
100%, let's go. As if his question snaps me back into reality, I find myself instinctively shaking my head as I step back. What the hell? Oh, no, sorry, I was just taking a look. I'll be going now.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Have yourself a good night. Oh, and here. I can't help but blink twice as the old man holds up a pretty flower to my face. The same type as the ones filling the crates next to him. That is quite a pretty flower. I'm sorry, I don't really have any money on me, and...
Now.
That's it, just now. Gifts aren't meant to be paid for, you know. At his warm words and cheerful expression, I can't help but smile shyly as I take the vibrant, blooming flower from his hand. Thank you. It's very beautiful. Ain't it? Now go on and make sure you take an extra blanket to bed with you. It's getting awfully chilly these nights around here.
Wouldn't want you catching the sniffles for fun.
I nod my head as he shoots me a wave before turning around to continue loading more crates into the back of a small truck. As I turn around and continue my stroll forward, an appreciative smile forms on my lips. I bring the flower to my nose. A sweet, gentle scent fills my senses, and I can't help but feel my smile grow. You know, that's probably the nicest conversation I've had in weeks. I secretly glance back at the old man as he waves over at another vendor while beaming a giant smile. The sign that I was previously so fixated on seems to glow as a beam of moonlight reflects off of it. Damn, even the world's telling you, pay attention to this sign. I look down at the small flower in my hand as I twirl it. Just leave everything behind and start a brand new life in a little valley town, huh? I did. Even just thinking about it seems so crazy. I don't know that I'd call it a little valley town, but you know. A little mountain town, perhaps. Almost like it's not even real. I can't even imagine it. My pace eventually slows down as I stop completely. A few moments pass before I hesitantly turn around to look at the sign again. No, it's beyond crazy. It's more like impossible. Even more for someone like me who's never left the city before. I mean, come on, let's be real. I wouldn't even last a day without proper Wi-Fi. I'd probably go insane or something. My thoughts oppose my actions as I find myself standing once again in front of the sign. So why? As I reach out a hand to touch the words in front of me, I can't help but feel tears begin to prickle in my eyes. And as I trace the words fresh, new start with my finger, I can feel my throat tighten. So, why does something so ridiculous, so absolutely absurd, just sound like a dream to me right now? Why does a small act of kindness from a stranger have me feeling like this? All at once, it feels as if the weight of it all has finally caught up to me. I feel a lump form in my throat as I desperately try to swallow the forming emotions inside of me. Honestly, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. It seems nothing ever goes the way I hope it will, and I don't really know what to do anymore. Somehow, it feels everything I do is hopeless. I let out a shaky breath as I hear a pair of slow footsteps approach me. Is it the old man again? I don't even attempt to hide the tears welling in my eyes as I slowly look up to see the old man's face from before. He shoots me a warm, sympathetic smile as he points to the flower in my hand.
You know, where I'm from, that flower there is usually given to people who leave on a journey.
Okay. It's a way to hope for prosperous new beginnings wherever they might find themselves.
Some might lose their way, but
The flower is meant to remind them that no matter where along the path of life they might be,
they can always start again.
why are we going back and forth like this, old man? As I stare into the old man's eyes, I can't help but smile for only the second time today. His words resonate deeply within my heart. I gaze into the beautiful petals of the flower in my hand, and for a second, it almost feels like they themselves are cheering me on. I feel a gentle hand place itself on my shoulder as I look up once again.
What's your name, Missy?
It's Kit.
A fine name at that.
Thanks.
Now then, tell me, are you interested in hearing more about the valley?
Absolutely.
It's never too late to start a brand new adventure, ain't it?
I chuckle as I wipe a few more stray tears from my eyes and nod my head resolutely. I am interested. Could you tell me more? That was oddly beautiful, you know, like... It's incredible how the decisions that have the power to change our lives completely seem to happen in the blink of an eye. And from those very decisions, the seeds of our futures sprout and bloom into the very lives set out before us. Okay.
Well, here we are. Welcome to the valley.
His name's Earl, first of all. Secondly, can we just have, like, a stop here to talk about that scene? Because that was beautifully written. I liked that so much. So I keep looking over here because, like, you guys are technically over here, but the game's over here. That was so well written. I am so excited to see the rest of this game. Okay, let's continue on because it's not over yet. Okay.
Is what I'd originally say, but
Unfortunately, our destination lies just beyond this here trail of tricks, as I call it, okay? I climb out of the passenger seat of Earl's truck as I look into a dense, steep mountain trail. Trail of tricks.
yep, this one's a bugger.
For folks heading up into the valley, it gets real slippery due to the rain this time of year. However, for those crossing by foot, there's a short little forest path right through here that'll get you to the other side in less time than you can say moo. Will we be going by foot the rest of the way then? As much as I enjoy nature, I'd hate to leave my truck here to it, especially filled with all my flowers and veggies still on board.
Here's what we'll do.
You go on ahead through that path by foot, and I'll meet you out on the other side once I get this darn truck over this here trail. Sound alright? Okay. Are you sure you can get the truck up there by yourself, Earl? Earl lets out a roaring laugh as he places his hands on his small, thin waist before patting the back of his truck.
Oh, you bet!
Me and old Bessie here have been together for a lot tougher than this, I'll tell you that. It just gets to be a real bumpy ride up there, and I'd hate for you to get all green and goobery on me. Besides, gets you warmed up for walking. You'll be doing lots of that where we're going. I can't help but chuckle as Earl's positive demeanor shines through my worries. I nod my head and grab a small bag as I head towards the opening of the forest path he pointed out. Well then, I'll take your word for it. I'll head on through and see you in a bit.
It'll be a darn jiffy.
Make sure you stay on the path now, you hear? Misspelled, but okay. Can't be losing you in the forest on your moving day. You see, I wouldn't know what to do with all your pink suitcases. They don't match my eyes one bit. I love him so much. Earl earns another laugh out of me as we wave to each other before I walk through the small open path between several bushes. I love him so much. Okay. Different forest path. Let's go. As I walk in through the dense shrubbery, I can make out a visible path heading towards an opening not too far away. I clutch my I clutch my bag closer as I begin my trek while panning my head around, taking the sights. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this much green before in my life. Even the air feels so different here. It feels so fresh. I walk forward a few more steps as I take in the emerald scenery around me. Trees, plants, and flowers, some of the likes I've never seen before, all seem to quietly bloom in place. I can hear the sound of leaves rustling in the wind as an incredibly calming sensation seems to reverberate through the entire area. This place feels so soothing, it's almost like it's... My inner monologue is interrupted as I unexpectedly bump into something soft. I hope it's a person and not a bear. I bring my gaze forward only to stare into the greenest pair of eyes I've ever seen. Ooh. What? Surprised by the sudden proximity of a stranger peering into my face, I quickly step back, only to misstep and fall ungracefully onto my butt. Hey. Up. As I mutter a small groan, I look up to see the stranger chuckling softly to himself. Green hair? And what's with his clothes? The stranger extends a hand to me with a warm, silent smile. I eye it for a few moments before choosing to accept his help. With a strange amount of ease, the stranger helps me back up to my feet as I shyly gaze up at him. Despite his strange looks, he boasts a beautiful, almost ethereal visage. And somehow it's as if just standing near him makes me feel incredibly calm. I can't help but catch myself staring as I quickly clear my throat. I'm sorry for bumping into you. I probably should have been watching where I was going. The stranger tilts his head as he shoots me another warm, silent smile. My eyes instinctively widen as he suddenly reaches towards the side of my face, before slowly pulling out a 4-leaf clover from thin air. Huh? A clover? Was it stuck in my hair or something? I tense up as the stranger gently grabs my hand and places it in the center of my palm without a word. I can't help but stare at the small clover for a few seconds, before clearing my throat and looking back up. Thank you for the help. These usually represent good luck, don't they? The stranger nods at me while flashing me a silent smile, and this time I can't help but flash one of my own. So, are you from around here? What's your name?
Hey, kiddo! You over here yet?
I turn towards the opening of the path at the sound of Earl's voice booms through the quiet forest. Several leaves seem to rustle as a few woodland creatures scatter about, rushing back into the trees. Just as I turn around again to face the stranger, I find the spot he stood in just a second ago to be completely empty. I had a feeling. What the? Where'd he go?
Can you hear me? Don't tell me you actually got lost in there.
He sounds so upset. No, I'll be right there. My eyes doubt? Damn. My eyes dart around the dense greenery around me in a last-ditch attempt to spot any signs of the young stranger, but to no avail. He's gone, as if he vanished into thin air. And in the place he stood just mere seconds ago, small flowers now seem to be blooming from the ground. Okay. I shake my head of any strange thoughts as I focus my attention back towards Earl's voice and head to the end of the trail. I'm definitely getting like supernatural vibes from him. Ooh. Like I know in a lot of farming games there are like the I don't know what to say, the towns, the like nature's sprites and things like that. I've never known them to be human-sized in these sorts of games, but you know. My breath hitches as I stare out at a magical view that lies before me. Whoa! Rolling. Oh, there was more to that? Hold on. Whoa! We'll let this play out until it stops panning. This is nice. I'm sorry that I accidentally skipped it the first time. And then it loops. Okay, that's a really nice little animation though. Rolling hills, all covered in blooming flowers, seems to stretch on forever as they all meet the silhouette of a distant town. From this elevation, I marvel as both snowy, looming mountains and a sparkling ocean also meet near the town to create a breathtaking display of nature. I can't help but break out into a genuine laugh as a slight breeze picks up and it seems as if all the flowers begin to dance in the wind around me.
This here's my favorite part of the whole trip.
Understandable. I look over to see Earl in his truck, now parked beside me, as he looks out over the view with a tender, loving smile.
Welcome to Peachleaf Valley.
That was cute. I liked it a lot. Ooh! Animation, let's go! Filled with doubt and fear, hope you didn't hear that, a young girl loses her path. I just smacked the desk. But fate grants her another chance to turn over a new leaf. Right here in this faraway valley, this looks really nice, where the sky, sea, and land meet. Oh man, a brand new story is about to begin. Peachleaf Valley, Seeds of Love. MC! Okay, Baker, let's go. I hope that this music is okay to play on YouTube. The Aristocrat, ugh. The Traveler. Okay. The Farmer, but his name's Hunter. Old people. Young person. Another slightly old person. Okay, I really like the art style of this. Hi. I'm not gonna get a name, am I? Okay. Hold on. New hypotheses forming. Okay, because, like, that was the one that we had seen before. That was in the forest. And then one that was kind of water-based. And then one that was kind of fire, perhaps, based. So I'm thinking, now live on Kickstarter. Didn't know that. I didn't know they had a Kickstarter. So now I'm thinking that maybe they're, like, gods, right? Because farming sims generally have, it's normally like a harvest god. But you know, there could be multiple gods. And I met one in the forest? Earl opens the door to a quaint, fair-sized room as he beckons me inside. I'm living with Earl. That's adorable. I like this so much.
Well, here we are. This'll be your room for the time being.
Oh, Earl, are you sure about this? I feel like I'm imposing on you way too much. I'm perfectly fine with staying at an inn. I'll find some way to get some money together to pay for the room and...
Imposing schmozing.
Oh, that's so cute. You're a new resident of Peachleaf now, so you're basically part of the family. You'll find there isn't a whole lot of us down here, but we're a tight-knit community. We'll do our best to help one another. Oh my god, I love it so much.
And besides...
After you took the time to explain your situation to me, ain't no way I can turn a blind eye to someone in need. I was there once too, you know, and it's because someone believed in me and helped me get on my feet that I was able to get where I am today. Now's my turn down the line to help. This is so cute. I can't help but smile shyly as I touch the neatly made bed before me. This is one of those games that's like, I really wish that I had a crying thing that I could do. Not because I'm crying in real life, but because it's so cute that I'm like... I think the only thing that I have, and I don't know whether I have it set up on this computer, is this one? Apparently I don't. There it is. My little, like, tearing up, pleading eyes, I think they're called. That's so cute. But, nope, wrong one. I have too many things open. Yeah, I don't usually use them because I'm a fool. How many times am I gonna mess up doing this? Turn that off, I don't need it anymore. Cute though. Okay. I can't remember if I read this or not, so I can't help but smile shyly as I touch the neatly made bed before me. I feel like such a burden already. You didn't charge me anything for the trip, and now you'll let me live in your house without even paying rent? I at least want to pay back that kindness somehow. I hope you can understand.
And you will, kiddo. But you gotta get back on your feet first.
This is so cute.
I know this room ain't the fanciest place.
In town, and I'm sure you'll want a home for yourself soon. This is a really nice room, to be fair, Earl. But until we can get you settled into your new life here, you can at least rest your head at night, worry-free. A wave of emotion washes over me as I feel tears of overwhelming gratitude threaten to fall from my eyes. I can't help but let out a shaky laugh as I timidly bow my head. Earl, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. I feel a gentle hand ruffle my hair as Earl beams me a warm smile.
You're home now, kiddo.
No need for waterworks. He's so cute.
Part of the Peachleaf family now.
Thank you. You'll find we don't have a lot of stuff you can find back in that big old city you came from. But we do got a whole lot of this. I can't help but giggle as Earl points to his heart. Seeing me smile, the old man chuckles and motions to a nearby closet. In case you find yourself missing anything, you'll find some clothes and garments that used to belong to my youngest daughter in there. Okay. Who's your daughter? She's terribly outgrown them now, but maybe they'll serve you better than they did her. Okay. She's outgrown them. Am I a child? Like, what does that mean? This room belonged to your daughter, Earl? Sure did, but she's got her own life far beyond this little valley now, so feel free to make this room your own, okay? I can't help but glance around the small room. Even though it's not filled with a lot, I can tell everything has been taken care of really well. I turn towards Earl once more as my heart pangs in my chest. Thank you, Earl. Thank you so much. I I really don't know how to express how appreciative I am to you. You know, a few days ago, well, honestly, I thought I'd be out homeless on the street by Monday morning. I didn't ever think I'd be starting a brand new life in such a beautiful valley. Earl chuckles as he shoots me a toothy grin before placing his hands on his hips.
That's the beauty of life. You never know where it'll take you.
Yours took you here.
Now on that note, let's go meet everybody.
The whole town got into a ruckus when I phoned them that we had a new resident coming in. Okay. You'll have plenty of time to unpack later, so let's get a move on. I'm so excited. Every single time I play visual novels, I swear I say something, and then the main character says something like the exact same thing. I don't know if I'm just predictable, or like, I'm just in the head of these characters, but... Let's go. Let's see. Gorgeous. Hold on, we gotta hide the menu, the HUD, because wow. Obsessed. Oh my god, okay. My eyes dart around the streets of a lovely, bustling town that looks like it came straight out of the pages of fairy tale books. I watch as shopkeepers sweep the entrances to their stores with wooden brooms and greet each other warmly. Energetic smiles adorn the faces of small children as they run through the streets without a care in the world. And everyone, absolutely everyone, wears a peaceful smile on their face. Earl stops to shoot me a grin as he, himself, scans the town around him with a proud expression. Is this beautiful? What a charming place.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. But, aha!
I know just where to start off our tour. How about you meet my wife and grandson, since you'll be living with them under the same roof, okay?
My wife runs the best
Oh no.
only bakery in town.
So if you ever want to find yourself craving something sweet, you'll know just where to go. Your grandson is one of the love interests. God damn it. That's so... I don't want to say gross and like mean it. Okay, so things that y'all have to know about me playing dating sims. I will say something is gross. I will be like, get away from me. Things like that. But I don't mean it, okay? I do it all the time. It's just like my first gut reaction when something's like cute or something is to say, ew, disgusting. So just before we hop into this, because I feel like I'm really going to like this game, and that I'm going to see something really cute and go, ew, gross, is that I don't mean it, okay? A soft bell rings out as I walk into a rustic little shop with a delicious smell wafting in the air. Also, I love bakeries so much. I want to learn how to make bread. Okay. I can't help but feel my face light up as I take in the sight of beautifully colored pastries spanning down a glass counter.
Hmm? Hello? Anybody home?
They all left.
Well, well, look who it is. Back so soon from your trip, old man?
At the sound of an unfamiliar voice, I shyly peek over Earl's shoulder to spot a young man as he walks in through a set of kitchen doors. Small rays of sunlight, they like really made this dramatic. Small rays of sunlight shining in through the windows reflect off his amber-colored eyes as a kind smile dances on his face.
There you are, Jude.
I was wondering who was running this bakery. Y'all can't just leave the front empty like this. Can I also say, by the way, this is totally completely separate to the game, they know how to spell y'all. There have been so many times where online I have seen people, I'll like move out of the way a little bit, people who have spelled it YA''LL, and it pisses me off so much. Because it's supposed to be Y''ALL. Holy fuck, a game? Like, somebody who knows how to spell y'all? Okay, it's a pet peeve.
Relax, Gramps. Jeez, you've been back for less than a minute and you're nagging already? Gran's got something in the oven, and I was just finishing up an order in the back. And besides, you know it always gets kinda empty at this hour. No need for nags.
Just as Earl opens his mouth to say something, an old woman walks out through the kitchen doors with an excited smile on her face.
Oh, I thought I heard your voice, dear. You arrived just in time. I have a delicious carrot cake with your name on it in the oven.
That's super exciting. It's not for me, but I love carrot cake.
Oh, Pumpkin.
You're embarrassing me in front of the kiddos.
Huh?
Kiddos? I was so used to everything being voice acted that now I have to read things. Earl beams a giant smile as he steps out of the way to reveal me standing behind him.
Nina, Jude, I'd like y'all to meet the newest resident of Peachleaf Valley. Come on, no need to be shy. Introduce yourself.
Right. Hello, I'm Kit. I just moved here from the city and I'm very excited to meet everyone. Thank you for having me.
What?
Said in the quietest little voice ever. That's so cute. Well, aren't you an absolute delight? Let me get a good look at you, my dear. My nervousness begins to... Wait, hold on. Didn't he say before, Earl had said before that, like, I'm now living with his wife and grandson? A whole new side to the... Okay. I could fuck with this. My nervousness begins to dissipate as Nina steps out from behind the counter and comes closer, beaming a friendly smile.
My name is Nina.
As you probably already noticed, I'm Earl's wife, and I run this bakery. Her voice is a little bit quiet, so I keep looking to see whether or not you'll be able to hear it. Like, it is a touch above the music, and it works for her character. Listen, I'm not saying that, like, her voice should be louder. I'm just saying that as I'm recording, I'm looking over at my audio settings to be like, can y'all hear that okay? Or in editing, am I going to have to go back and, like, up her volume? Anyway, she's Earl's wife, and she runs the bakery. It's an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance, Kit. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for letting me stay at your home for the time being. Oh, now, aren't you just the sweetest thing? You're very welcome, my dear. I know such a big move can be awfully nerve-wracking, but you've got nothing to worry about here. You're already part of the family. This is so cute, I love them so much. Nina takes my hand in hers as she says this, and I can feel my heart swell with happiness at this level of kindness I've never experienced before. Thank you so much. I'm afraid I don't know what else to say. Well, you can start by telling me this, okay?
Do you like sweets, dear?
Yes and no, it depends. Butter pound cake is my favorite, not me.
Why, what a coincidence.
That's my little Jude's favorite dessert too, right, dear? Ooh. She's matchmaking. I glance over at Jude, still standing behind the counter, but raise an eyebrow when I see him gazing at me with an intense expression, okay? He doesn't even seem to register Nina's question as he simply stares at my face, almost as if desperately trying to decipher something.
Jude? Is everything all right, dear?
Almost as if his grandmother's worried tone snaps him back to reality, Jude tears his gaze away from me before nervously looking back up. I can't help but gulp as his eyes dart frantically between my own.
Sorry, I have to go.
I love him so much. 10 out of 10. Good character.
I
Uh-huh.
need some air. I'll be back later.
Totally. With barely a moment's notice, Jude quickly walks out from behind the counter, brushes past me, and briskly exits the small shop.
Jude!
Jude, dear, where are you going?
10 out of 10. What a great introduction. His grandparents' calls fall on deaf ears as Jude quickly exits the shop in a hurry, not even glancing back once. An awkward silence falls on the shop for a few minutes as Nina and Earl exchange confused glances. What the heck was that about? I do, kind of question, because I can infer why, but I like to be 100% clear in games, so, jury's still out, but I do really like this introduction. I didn't say anything weird, did I?
Oh,
Please pardon my Jude. He's not usually like this at all. I wonder what got him so flustered.
Ha! I know!
Let's go, Earl! Maybe he couldn't handle just how pretty Kid is, thank you. I can feel my cheeks heat up at Earl's joke. The image of Jude's intense gaze on me makes a shiver run down my spine.
oh, there's the carrot cake. Just in time.
Heck, yes. Why don't you both grab a chair and I'll bring it out with some warm milk. Just a second. Not without some help, you won't. I can't let my pumpkin do all the work around here.
Oh, Earl.
I love them so much. They're so cute. I can't help but giggle at the wholesome banter between Earl and his wife as they lovingly take each other's hands and go towards the back. It fills my heart with delightful warmth to see two people love each other so deeply in such old age. Once the pair is out of sight, I can't help but look over my shoulder as the direction Jude abruptly left moments ago. Yeah, it almost seemed like he recognized me or something, but that can't be it. I mean, I've never been here before. That's part of what I was questioning. We'll see how the story goes, but I'm very intrigued by his reaction and what exactly it means. That was just totally weird. I hope he's okay. I'm really liking this game so far, though. Guys, this is great. Ooh, okay. Let's go farm. Also, by the way, can we just talk about how good this farm scene looks? I really like it. It reminds me, and I don't fully like to say what things remind me of because, if that's not the artist's intention, then I am prescribing sort of a, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Influence on them that is not true. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head, but I don't know how to word it correctly. Anyway, I do want to say this though because this reminds me so much, and I really love it, of the opening, I think, cutscene or the opening trailer thing for Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. This farm scene looks a lot like I could imagine the characters in this I don't know where the cabbage or lettuce or whatever that is. I have a mouse I could show you. Over here, I could totally imagine Takakura or somebody standing there. The scene where they introduce the cow in the opening cutscene. This just screams specifically Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life to me. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Earl and I walk through the gates of a vast ranch as a clear blue sky shines above us. I can hear the cries of chickens and other farm animals in the distance as a fairly large-sized barn comes into view near a house. I can't help but smile as I spot several chickens grazing, watching as they curiously look over at me. Such a beautiful day out, isn't it? The animals in this farm must be happy with such good grazing weather.
Now for our next stop. Welcome to Elderberry Farm.
Hey, it sure is, by the way. It's like he completely ignored what I said to be like, anyway, here's the farm. It's a little strange, though. Heather and Hubby are usually out here by this hour. I hope those are the names of animals. Why are you naming your animal Hubby? Okay. I'm gonna go check to see if they're home real quick. They might be actually people. Heather and Hubby? I hope you didn't name your child Hubby. I could understand Hubby as in, like, Heather and her husband. Okay, like, I get that. I hope his name is not legitimately Hubby. Anyway, I'll be back. I nod my head as Earl motions for me to wait in place. I turn around and walk a few paces over to a small chicken pen and giggle as a cute little chick curiously looks up at me. Oh, it is a cute little chick. Aren't you a cutie? I wonder what your name is.
Bessie!
Is that the chick's name? No, that's a cow name, 1000%. Huh? A loud yell in the distance captures my attention, snapping my head up towards the source of the sound. Suddenly, the ground feels as if it started shaking as the nearby chickens all frantically run in the opposite direction. What the? Tremors!
Bessie, get back here, goddammit!
This is an amazing introduction too, by the way. I turn around at the sound of a loud cry when I catch the sight of a rampaging cow heading straight towards me at lightning speed. The cow is quite large in size, and its eyes seem to be glowing red as smoke comes out of its nose. Damn, what did I do to piss off Bessie? What? A cow? How is it so fast? I can't move out of the way at this rate. I close my eyes instinctively as I brace myself for the impact, before another voice shouts out.
Hey, watch out!
Yeah. I feel a strong force propel me backwards as I fall to the ground. The enraged crow. I couldn't even at least say like crow or something. Crow. Cries as she races past where I stood seconds ago, dust fluttering in her trail. Hey man, what's up? After a few moments, I open my eyes and feel my face turn beet red as I see my hands pressed against a strong, well-defined chest hovering over me. Ooh! I can feel my pulse go racing as a feeling of muscular arms wrapped around my waist shocks me back into reality. What?
Sorry about that, miss. Are you okay? You're not hurt anywhere, are you?
I look up to stare into ocean blue eyes as a young man stares back worryingly at me. I'm fine.
Phew, I'm glad to hear it. Sorry for the tumble. Let's get you back on your feet, yeah?
I like the background music for this part as well. The cool breeze flutters against my skin as the young man releases me from his strong grasp, pushing himself up. My heart stammers in my chest as I sit absent-mindedly on the ground for a few seconds, trying to process the situation. Muscles. So many muscles. My attention is diverted as a hand extends itself towards me. I look up to see the young man from before shooting me a friendly smile.
There are much better places to take a rest than on the ground, you know.
Pause. Hold on. No, that is what you're wearing. For some reason, like, I didn't see you wearing a white shirt.
Phew.
I got confused. Okay.
There are much better places.
Sensing his kindness, I shyly place my hand in his as he lifts me to my feet with ease. I find myself stammering as he proceeds to kneel down to brush some dirt off of my clothes. He flashes another friendly smile afterwards.
There we go. Good as new.
Now then.
Can I help you?
Oh, there she is, my big old Dairy Queen.
I love Earl so much. Oh my god, let's fucking go. I want that line on repeat. The sound of Earl's excited yelling grabs both my and the stranger's attention as we turn around to see Earl being smothered in kisses from the previously raging cow.
Oh, you darn love bucket, you. Did you miss me, Bessie?
You're so right. The young man next to me tilts his head back in laughter at the affectionate display.
Of course. I should have known it was you, Earl.
No one else gets Bessie that riled up. That's because I'm her one and only true love. Ain't that right, Bessie? Damn. Drama. Earl's cheating on his wife. With a cow. Moo. There was a second moo. I only heard the one. I can't help but smile as Earl begins to walk over to us with a now tame, calm, and slightly blushing cow.
How have you been, Hunter, my boy?
Taking good care of my sweet, innocent little angel here, right? Of course, Earl. Although I'm afraid she's not nearly as innocent as you think, you know.
She nearly ran over this poor young lady.
Over here a few minutes back. As Hunter looks back at me with a sheepish smile, I can't help but feel my cheeks heat up again, thinking back to our previous close encounter.
Bessie!
You can't be running our new neighbor over before I've had a chance to introduce y'all.
Ahem. Now then.
Hunter, where's everyone else?
Mom and Hubie went to the city to visit some friends.
Hubie. Okay. I don't love it, but I could see it as a nickname for, like, Hubert. But I definitely read it as hubby. And that's concerning. Hubie, though. That's okay. I'll accept it. Anyway, they went a few days ago, but they should be back soon.
Elderberry Farm's down to 1 today, I'm afraid.
Oh, gotcha. Well then, no matter. Kit, this is Hunter. Hunter, this is Kit. She's Peachleaf's newest resident.
And this here's Big Bessie.
My one true love. Ain't nobody out there can hold a candle to my sweet Bessie. Not even your wife. Damn. Bessie, you're so right.
Oh, is that so? Huh.
I'll be sure to tell Nina when I see her.
Don't you dare, farm boy.
I can't help but chuckle as I wave over to the large animal by Earl's side. Hi there, Bessie. Nice to formally meet you. And nice to meet you too, Hunter. Thank you for the help back there.
My pleasure. Sorry about Bessie. As you can probably tell, she, gets real excited when Earl's around.
She probably caught a whiff of him when you guys got here.
Well, that's because she loves me. Ain't that right, Bessie?
That one was so short. I can't help but giggle at Earl and Bessie's endearing exchange. A few moments pass before I catch the sight of Hunter's eyes on me. He wipes a hand on his pants before extending it out to me with a smile.
Welcome to the valley!
I hope your new life here will pan out exactly as you hoped it would, and if you ever find yourself in need of anything, feel free to reach out. Thank you, Hunter. I appreciate it, truly.
No worries. We're all a giant crazy family down here. Albeit, maybe a bit dysfunctional, too.
Those are the best.
Oh, by the way.
I also work part-time at the restaurant and do odd jobs around town, so you might see me running around often, okay?
Don't be afraid to ask for directions if you ever get lost, okay?
This place can be a little bit of a maze for newcomers at first. Right, thanks. I definitely will.
Sounds good. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Back in the barn, Bess! You big troublemaker, you!
The sound of laughter fills the air as Bessie hides behind Earl from Hunter. I feel a sense of warmth fill my heart as I get to unravel more and more of the valley. That was really cute. My thoughts on him in particular, Hunter in particular. I'm not a fan. Okay, hold on. Pause. I'm talking about Hunter. I'm not a fan of muscles, to be honest, so he's already kind of out because of that. Not also a big fan of his beard. I think it looks weird on him. Should I go back and, like, show him again? Sorry.
Back in the barn, Bess! You big troublemaker, you!
I had to go back to his loudest line that he says. Damn. Yeah, I think the beard looks a little bit weird on him. And like I said, I'm not big into muscles. On his character sprite itself, like, it's not that noticeable, though maybe also because, like, you have all the text in front of it as well. But with the storyline talking about it so much, I'm like not the biggest fan of that. He's not for me, and that's okay. He doesn't have to be. I'm still really enjoying this game. I like him as a person, but I would not want to play his specific route. Continuing on though. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. As we approach the entrance of a quaint flower shop, Earl shoots me a smile while he opens the door for me. Now, I'm sure you're probably dying to meet someone you can relate with. Okay, so I want to take you to meet Miss Amelia. She's a real kind girl, runs this shop with her nutty old grandma. Seems to be about your age too, so I'm sure y'all can be great friends. As we walk into a beautiful flower shop, a sweet scent fills my senses, and I can't help but breathe in. I look around to see gorgeous flowers, some of the likes I've never seen before, all blooming through even the tiniest cracks in the wood. Damn, okay.
Eh? Skylar? Is that you?
We're here to meet Amelia. Hearing the confusion in Earl's voice, I turn to stare into the profile of a tall, foreign-looking man. The man doesn't seem to have noticed Earl as he paces back and forth, seemingly deep in thought.
Gefähr.
First of all, you're so loud. Secondly, I already mentally wrote you off because I don't like long hair. Thirdly, you're French. Ew. When I was younger, I cosplayed England from Italia, and I think that truly became part of my character. Now, literally any time I hear French, I go, ew. Bro, I don't speak French. Something about a miracle in rhythm? Ew. The tall man continues to mutter to himself before Earl approaches him, waving his hand.
Skylar?
Hello? You listening? The foreign man's attention snaps up at the sound of his name. He looks over before shirting Earl a friendly smile.
Ah, Monsieur R, you've returned from your trip. Welcome back. Oh.
Before he can finish his sentence, the foreign man's eyes land on me. Our eyes meet for a few silent moments before I muster a shy smile. Ugh. But before I have the opportunity to even get a word out, I watch in surprise as the tall, slender man dashes forward towards me. Back the fuck up. I blink in surprise as I watch him grab both of my hands now, and places a kiss to the back.
And just who is this breathtaking mademoiselle?
I hate him. I hate him so much. Huh? Before I can even answer, the tall man gets down on one knee. Okay, he's proposing now. His eyes seem completely fixated on me as a radiant smile graces his lips.
Mademoiselle, I may not know your name, but I know that your beauty is the envy of every flower in this shop.
I hope that the voice actor got paid a lot for this.
You outshine even the most beautiful rose on the eve of its full bloom. Why, even the most fragrant of blossoms holds no comparison to your...
All right, let's take it down a notch here, Romeo.
Let the poor girl at least introduce herself, huh? I like this CG though. This is really good. Him just showing up in the background. 10 out of 10. The man named Skylar's eyes widen dramatically as he rises to his feet before bowing deeply.
Forgive my terrible manners.
There were other words in there first, but how could I ask for your name when I have not graced you with my own? That's not what he said, but...
I am Skylar Dutoit Eclair Jean-Jacques Pelletoir the Ninth. A proud resident of this magnificent valley.
That's such a long fucking name, my dude.
And you are?
Not interested. I'm Kit. I, just moved into the valley today. It's nice to meet you, Skylar. The pleasure is most definitely mine, Kit. You're a spectacle to behold.
Oui, en effet.
Like a marbled statue that has come to life. How truly blessed is Peachleaf to welcome you. Thank you, I think? Earl lets out a chuckle at Skylar's theatrics. After a few moments, he looks down around the shop before turning around with a puzzled expression. Skylar, where's Amelia and Fiona? Why are you the only one here? That's because Madame Fiona's stomach was causing her to feel unwell yet again.
Lady Amelia asked me to watch over the shop.
As they quickly left to fetch some herbs from the gardens to brew a tea. And as the noble gentleman that I am, there's no way I could simply decline such a heartfelt request at the beckoning of a lady. He's growing on me a little bit. He's so stupid that it's looped back around to, like, kind of silly. Kind of enjoyable. Do I want to romance him? Fuck no. But you know what? I will allow you in the same room as me at the very least.
Although, I must admit...
It's been quite some time since they left. Perhaps I should go check on them.
But alas!
No one would be able to guard the shop and keep the beautiful flowers company better than me. Fiona's stomach is acting up again, is it? Alright, I'd better go check on them. Check up on them a sec. Gardens ain't too far from here. Wait here just a minute, alright? I'll be back. Oh no, you're leaving me with him. Please. I open my mouth to call out to Earl, but he's already briskly walked out through the front door. I feel an intense gaze on me as I swallow and turn to look at Skylar, whose eyes seem to sparkle as would a puppy's looking at a treat. Ew.
So...
I just found out that I have things to do, actually. I had an appointment at one of the other businesses in town. That's the whole reason I'm here. I'm not living here. I'm just visiting for an appointment. And, I gotta go. So, nice meeting you. Hope I never see you ever again.
What brings you to this fair valley, my lady? Surely a beauty such as yourself must have left a lot behind to come here so suddenly.
How do you know it was sudden? I smile sadly as I look down before tucking a loose strand of hair behind my ear. Less than you think. I came here looking for work and, well, a new life, if I'm honest.
Oh, I see. Forgive my prying, my lady.
I did not mean to paint sadness on such a stunning canvas as your own.
After all, a smile suits you much, much better.
Can I leave? Skylar walks over before grabbing a nearby flower and holding it to my face. He shoots me a warm smile as he gently hands it to me. I can't help but chuckle as I grab the flower. Thanks. What about you?
Ha
I am thrilled that I have piqued your interest enough to ask. I am but a humble art collector that lives in the northern part of town on an estate that belongs to my family. An art collector.
Oui.
Few things in this world excites the blood in my veins like beautifully crafted artistic masterpieces. And of which, on that note, Skylar's tone seems to shift as he suddenly places a hand on his chin and looks at me. I fidget nervously under his intense gaze as he begins to circle around me, eyeing me up and down as if scrutinizing something. After a few moments, he shoots me a pleased smile before reaching into his suit pocket and handing me a business card. Heat rushes to my cheeks as his face suddenly draws near and his eyes peer intensely into my own.
You said you were looking for employment, yes?
Not from you. I'm sure there are many opportunities for you to take in this fair town, but...
As the muses would have it, I too am looking for a employee of sorts.
Why was employee said with air quotes? His eyes seem to land on my lips for a few moments as he smiles and looks back up. Ew. I assure you I can pay most handsomely in currencies that far outweigh most of the other residents in this town. Congrats.
What say you, my lady? Does my offer interest you?
Absolutely not. My mind goes blank and my heart accelerates as I feel him lean in even closer. Back the fuck up. When suddenly his phone rings. Good.
Oh, excusez-moi, 1 second. Bonjour, this is Skylar.
Oh, hello, Mr. Marcello. I've been expecting your call. Marcello from their other game? As Skylar turns around and nonchalantly laughs into his phone, I stumble backwards into the counter as my heart nearly beats out of my chest. No, it's not. Remembering his looming proximity just seconds ago. What's with this man? He's something else. Fine. This old lady looks pissed. The sound of the front door ringing catches my attention as Earl walks in with a smile, accompanied by a young woman and an older one with a cane.
We're back!
She's really cute and I like her a lot. I know that all of the love interests in this game are men, but please. Skylar shortly ends his call before turning around with a gallant smile.
Ah, you have returned! Magnifique!
Just at the right time, as I'm afraid I must be going immediately. Oh no, please stay.
Of course. Sorry we took so long.
Thanks for the help, Skylar.
No.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for trusting me to guard your dazzling blossoms.
Well, everyone, duty calls, and so I must depart. Au revoir! Until we next meet again!
Everyone in the shop merely stares at Skylar as he prances out the front door in joyful strides. I clear my throat before looking down at the card in my hand with his name and address. Rip it. He's, quite an interesting person. My attention is focused on the new faces that have entered the shop as they turn towards me.
Oh, hello there. You must be the new resident, right? It's so nice to finally meet you.
Please. I want to wife her.
Welcome to Peachleaf Valley. My name is Amelia. I run this flower shop with my grandmother, Fiona.
That would be me. Welcome to the valley, child.
Thank you. I hope you don't already want to go running for the hills after being sandwiched between Earl and Skylar in a single day. No, I love Earl so much.
And just what's that supposed to mean?
I'm plenty friendly.
As friendly as a badger stuck in a beehive.
Heaven knows how much you've yapped the poor girl's ear off already. You know I like him a lot.
Why, you...
As Earl and Fiona engage in a glaring match with each other, Amelia scoots over next to me before giggling. Don't mind them. They're always like this. They've been rivals ever since they started out as farmers. Oh, I see. Makes sense then. They must have a lot of history.
You've been touring town all day with Earl, right?
You must have run into a lot of new faces by now, huh? Yeah, everyone's been awfully kind and the town's just lovely. Isn't it? Sometimes it feels like we're a little out of the way from the rest of the world, but the sights of the valley really make up for it. Suddenly, the image of the green-haired stranger I bumped into in the forest trail resurfaces in my mind. I tilt my head curiously as I motion towards Amelia. Actually, does a green-haired young man live here?
Huh?
Green-haired? Yeah, I sort of ran into him in the forest path on the way to town. He had long green hair and was, wearing some strange robes. I thought maybe he worked in town or something, but I haven't seen him again.
Sorry.
I've been living in this town my whole life, but I've never run into anyone that fits that description here.
Ran into one of the spirits, did you?
Spirits, okay. Fiona's voice captures my attention as she walks towards me with her cane. Spirits.
Our valley is home to much more than what you merely see on the surface. Inside of its forest, peaks, and waters lie many hidden secrets. It is said spirits of the earth, sky, and sea make their home here as well.
Okay.
You would do well to respect their domains.
Mm-hmm. Damn. For should you anger them, terrible calamities will befall this entire world, and even the fabric of nature can be.
Oh, there you go again with the ghost stories, Fiona. Haven't I told you 1,000 times it ain't good for tourism?
I feel like it would be extremely good for tourism, but continue.
And how many times have I told you they are not ghosts? Arr!
Arr. Just because the spirits have never chosen to grace a fool like you with their benevolence doesn't mean that they do not dwell amongst us.
Who you calling a fool, you old hag?
Who else, you uncultured toolhead?
I love them so
Oh
much.
boy. Here we go again. Would you like some tea? We might be here a while.
Oh, I love some. Allow me to lend a hand. I love them so much. Their rivalry is so good. Do not like Skylar, though. As we exit the flower shop, I can't help but look out towards the expansive blue sky above us. Somehow it doesn't even feel like it's the same sky as I used to see in the city. The sound of Earl muttering to himself catches my attention as I see him looking around several buildings while fiddling with his mustache. Let's see here. Where should we stop by next? As I open my mouth to respond, I'm interrupted by the distant cheers of a small crowd. Okay. I look around to see various townspeople running towards the street corner nearby, with wide grins on their faces. Come on, hurry, hurry, or we'll miss the show. The show? Oh, he's performing today, is he? Performing? Who is? Why, I tell you, when I can show you. Come on, Kit, or we'll miss it. Okay, a performance. Earl briskly turns the street corner and my eyes widen. A fair-sized crowd has gathered right in the middle of a small plaza, laughing and clapping in awe at someone in the middle of the space. What's going on over there? From here, it's hard to see anything with so many people gathered around.
Hey, over here!
I look over to see Earl point to some nearby stairs that lead up to a balcony. He climbs a few and then motions me over before glancing at the crowd. A smile plasters on his face as he crosses his arms.
Take a look! You wouldn't want to miss this!
As I turn to see where the crowd gathers, I can't help but stare in awe as a slender, dark-skinned young man in colorful, exotic garb dances elegantly. He says nothing because why would he in this scene? The young man shoots the crowd a smile as he continues his performance. Many of the crowd's faces, which appear to be mostly women, all cheer as he moves back and forth through the space. Suddenly, he pulls out red banners of decorated velvet seemingly out of nowhere as he throws them in the air and backflips before catching them. Whoa, what a beautiful person! I don't think I've ever seen someone move so elegantly. The crowd cheers as he shows off more and more impressive dance moves, mixed with incredible acrobatics and magician-like tricks. I find myself slowly peering over the rails in excitement as I gaze down. At one point, the performer motions the crowd to step back, before slowly arching his body and breathing out rose-colored fire from his mouth, okay? Where did that come from? Wow, I've never seen anything like this before. Ain't that right? He sure is.
He's something else, ain't he?
Knows how to please a crowd, that's for darn certain. Sweet woo. The crowd goes wild as the young performer dances and does more and more tricks, mixing different elements to create a riveting performance. After a while, the performer bows, now covered in a light layer of perspiration, as the crowd roars and claps. As he looks up, sweat dripping from his hair, the townspeople begin to throw coins and flowers at his feet in appreciation for his colorful and avant-garde performance.
Shukran jazilan. Thank you.
I don't know what language that was. I can't help but laugh in delight as Earl and I clap from our spot on the stairs, too. Earl begins to whistle and I clap loudly next to him as I watch the performer accept more and more coins humbly. Eventually, he pans up to where Earl and I stand, and his gaze meets mine. Wow, he really is gorgeous. I feel my heart skip a beat as the performer shoots me a small, mysterious smile before turning around to collect all the coins and flowers. Earl and I eventually make our way down the stairs as the crowd begins to disperse. Suddenly, Earl turns to me with a smile as he motions towards a different direction.
Oh, I know. Let's stop by the inn next.
Wow. Old Duke would yap my ear off if I didn't properly introduce y'all. As Earl begins to walk forward down an opposite direction of the plaza, or plaza perhaps, I follow him. But I can't help but find myself staring back in the direction of the performer, who is now surrounded by several young women from the town, eagerly showering him in compliments. The performer's eyes briefly meet mine again, and I can feel myself blush as I quickly face forward and run to catch up with Earl. What an introduction! Like, everybody else had really long ones, and then that was it for him? I am intrigued solely because we learned absolutely nothing about him in that. Performer, which I have thoughts depending on where they take that sort of story, you know? And that was it. Okay. I want to know more, like I said, solely because I learned nothing. As we walk in through the doors of a rustic yet large wooden inn, a middle-aged man wiping down a counter turns to face us with a smile.
Well,
I was wondering when you'd show up, Mr. Mayor.
I'm not about this kind of life. But I'll be the one to say it for everybody else because I know there are people who are going to be watching this, who are going to be thinking this. I know that there are people online who are going to be thinking about this. And they're probably, like, bullying the creators of this game. I know people are going to want to get in a relationship with this man. Like I said, not for me. But, the question we all want to know right now, sir, is do you have a wife? And if not, are you looking for one? Or husband, I guess. Mayor?
Aw, come on now, Duke.
I didn't even, like, consider that. Sorry, I was too busy looking at the guy. Also, I really like his vest. How many times have I told you to stop calling me that? Unless you prefer if I started calling you Doctor.
Well met.
Although in my case, it's different. I'm retired. I turn my head to look at Earl curiously as the previous comment catches my attention. Earl, wait. You're Peachleaf's mayor?
Well...
Something like that, I guess. He gives off mayor vibes, to be fair. These crazy old folk voted me one a few decades ago, and I don't know what's worse. An old cook like me governing this little valley, or the nutcases who voted for it in the first place? The man behind the counter lets out a hearty laugh as he shakes his head. Then I suppose I'd be one of those honorary nutcases. The man suddenly turns to me with a smile as he extends a hand out for a shake.
Name's Duke. Welcome to Peachleaf. I run this inn with the help of a few employees. Earl's gone ahead and given me the rundown already.
Okay. Thank you, sir. My name's Kit. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I hope Peachleaf turns out to be a change for the good for you, Kit.
The city life isn't for everyone, after all. I'd know that best.
Oh? You're from the city too, Duke?
He sure is. Although, that was ages ago now, right, Duke? You know, back when the dinosaurs roamed and stuff.
Damn! You look like you're 90. And you're saying that?
Alright, you old codger. I'm not that old yet. You've got me beat by at least a good 30 years.
As Earl and Duke laugh amongst themselves, I can't help but chuckle at their light-hearted banter. Have you two known each other for a long time?
Too long.
Way too long.
I've known this overgrown lughead for about 25 years now. Saw him go from a princely teenager to an overprotective father to a wrinkly old grouch. Okay. Girly Pops, it's not looking good for you.
Now then.
Where's little Melody? I'd like to introduce her to Kit. Up in her room, throwing a tantrum and calling me a tyrant, all because I made her do a little biology homework. Earl shoots his head back in laughter and then gives Duke a knowing look. Teenagers, huh?
God, I'm just grateful I didn't have twins.
Raising one teenage girl is enough stress to last a man a lifetime. You're telling me I raised 3. Suddenly, their conversation is interrupted at the sound of the front door opening. I was gonna say it's probably the performer guy that I don't know the name of. My eyes widen as the young performer from before silently walks into the room, carrying a giant load of neatly wrapped flowers. To be fair, you know me saying before that we didn't learn anything about him? 100%, like, I could have seen this game introducing him again later so we could learn more about him. I feel like we've gotten so much of all the other characters that it feels weird and out of place to not know as much about him. Anyway.
Ah, there you are, Nadim. I was hoping to run into you.
What a show that was. The young man named Nadim shoots Earl a kind smile as he walks over to us. I can feel myself instinctively freeze up as he stands next to me and lightly bows his head at Earl. The main character of this is so, like, into every single one of the love interests. It makes me laugh.
I thank you for taking the time to watch my performance, Earl. I hope it brought a smile to your face.
Okay.
If only I was 40 years younger, I'd be out there busting a move with you.
Let's go, Earl.
Like a whoo, wah, or ha-choo, whoo, ha-ow, whoo.
We all instinctively approach Earl as he places a hand on his back, but quickly gives us a sheepish grin. Duke sighs before shaking his head as Nadim tries to stifle, perhaps, a genuine laugh. Thank you, Earl. I appreciate your words. They bring me joy. Not as much joy as you bring to everyone in town with your performances, so thank you, Nadim.
The honor and pleasure is all sincerely mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should be going.
I must quickly find a vase and water for these beautiful flowers, lest they wilt before their time. Just before Nadim has a chance to escape, Earl quickly motions to me. Oh, before you go, this is Kit. She'll be living in our valley starting today. I'm taking her around to introduce her to our little town. Oh, I see. Please, pardon my rudeness. I thought of you as merely a passing traveler, not as a new neighbor. Hold on. Okay, I got a notification, but it was nothing. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Nadim shoots me a smile and bows his head at me.
My name is Nadim. I am not originally from Peachleaf, but nonetheless, it is where my travels have taken me.
I hope this valley will become a place you cherish on your own travels as it has for me. I whistled during that. Thank you. My name's Kit. It's nice to meet you, Nadim. I saw your performance earlier with Earl. It was so wonderful. I read that as though, like, Earl was performing as well. You're so beautiful. Okay, girl. Nadim seems to blink unexpectedly at my blunt compliment, and I find myself going cherry-faced at my unexpected confession. I meant the performance. The performance was beautiful. That is not to say you aren't beautiful too. I am... Nadim's lips curve into an amused grin as he lets out another laugh. He smiles at me as he bows his head again.
I am appreciative of your words. You are far too kind.
I hope you'll come watch me perform again sometime.
Well then, I shall get going. I wish you all a wonderful evening.
I can't help but feel my face heat up as Nadim walks up the stairs of the inn. I bite my lip as I watch him leave before turning to face the ground. You idiot! You just outright called him beautiful. Ugh, I'm so embarrassed.
Evening? Oh, by Bessie's sake, he's right.
Look how late it's already gotten. As Earl points outside a window, I can spot the golden hues of sunset beginning to creep onto the sky. A nearby clock chimes, signaling the start of a new hour, as Duke straightens up before wiping his hands.
And there's the clock.
I hate to leave you folks, but I need to get ready to open the bar. And I need to take Kit home in time for dinner, or Nina will have my head. Well then, Duke, I'll come back another time to see Melody. I wanted to see Melody! It was nice meeting you, Duke. Thank you again.
Pleasure's all mine. And once again, welcome to the valley.
As I finally finish unpacking the last of my belongings, I can't help but stare out at my newly organized room. Phew, finally done unpacking. As I sit on the bed and touch the soft blanket under me, I can't help but smile, recalling the day's events and the many faces I met. There were definitely a few interesting personalities today, but wow, everyone here is really so warm and kind. It's incredible to think just how different my life and surroundings were barely 3 nights ago. As I gaze out towards the shining moon outside, I can't help but feel my smile begin to fade. Even with an overall pleasant day, the nervousness of being in a brand new environment so far away from the place I've called home my entire life is still very much around. Despite my best efforts to keep my mind busy, I shortly came to realize that every moment I'm alone, I'm flooded with doubts and questions I don't know how to answer. Did I make the right choice? Was coming here the best decision? Do I truly even belong here? Suddenly, a small knock to my door interrupts my thoughts, and I hear Earl's muffled voice call out from the other side. Kit, can I come in? Yes, go ahead. A few moments later, Earl peeks his head in before shooting me a friendly smile. He walks inside and closes the door behind him. Turning around, his gaze lands on my now empty suitcases.
All settled in?
I was going to come by and ask if you needed help with anything. Yep, I'm all unpacked. Thank you again, Earl, for, everything. Earl peers into my face for a few seconds as I try to flash him my best smile, attempting to hide my previous anxiousness. After a few moments, he chuckles before taking a seat next to me on the bed. Still got the jitters, huh, kiddo? No, I'm fine, really. Everyone's been so wonderfully... Absolute, what? I really tried to save that, and then it was wrong. Everyone's been absolutely wonderful. You've all done so much for me. I don't even have any right to complain. I'm just a little bit tired, and
You don't know if you belong here.
I raise my head in surprise as Earl merely smiles warmly back at me. I can feel my throat tighten as I tear my gaze to the floor. I thought it's you. Earl chuckles at the remark.
You see all these wrinkles and white hairs on this balding head? They ain't there just for fun, you know. From living and learning and growing.
Okay, a little bit weird that you skipped the first sentence, but they're there from experience. Earl takes in a deep breath as he looks around the room nostalgically before his eyes land on the moon. The face you have on right now is the same face each of my daughters had when they told me they wanted to move away from the valley. The same face they had when they told me, Papa, I'm scared, and they didn't know if leaving home, leaving all they ever knew behind in this little valley was going to be good for them.
And do you want to know what I told them? Home is right here.
I can't help but smile as Earl lightly taps on his heart. His eyes grow warm at the sight of my smile, and he places a reassuring hand on my shoulder.
It doesn't matter where you end up in life, kiddo.
You can be in a giant city or a tiny village in the middle of nowhere, but as long as you wake up each day and look forward to the world around you,
then you've found your home. Peachleaf may not be your last stop, but maybe it can help you find out what it really means to belong somewhere.
I feel tears prickle in my eyes again as I nod happily. I can't help but laugh, quickly wiping away the tears as a hand ruffles my hair. Thank you, Earl.
Be patient with yourself. My ma always used to say that we're all like little saplings, growing and sprouting at our own paces and in our own directions. But don't hold yourself back from blooming just because you're not sure where your petals might fall.
I smile as I turn to look at the flower Earl gave me a few days ago, now adorning a small vase in the corner of my room, blooming beautifully in place. You're right. I may not know what the future holds, and there's a lot of questions I've yet to answer. about who I am, who I want to be, and what my place is in this world. There's no way I can start off on the right foot without at least trying to put my best foot forward, right?
Now that's what I like to hear. And you have all of us here at the Valley to support you.
That's so cute. Which also leads me to my next question for you. I notice Earl turns around before digging into his pockets and pulling out a few help wanted flyers and laying them onto my lap. Okay. Now that you've moved in, you gotta decide where you'd like to start working. Luckily, you came at the right time, so you got options. I can definitely put a good word in for you, so go ahead and choose where you like your official new life in Peachleaf to begin. Where should I start working? This is exactly what I thought it was going to be, that we were going to choose based on the love interest. 10 out of 10. Okay. Let's go through my list again of the characters, even though, like, I have a feeling that this isn't going to last much longer after this choice, you know? But let's go through it. So I liked... Where's my mouse? I liked Jude, and I like the bakery vibes, you know? 10 out of 10, if I were to have this full game, this would be my first choice, and this is the choice that I'm going to choose in this, but we're going through the whole thing. Hunter? Oh, I love, by the way, that they're different seasons. Hunter. Not the biggest fan of him, but I would play through his story if I had the full game, just to, like, experience it. Maybe it's that I play through his story and I find out that he's actually a really cool guy and I really like him, you know? One of those things that's like, I could go either way. The farm vibes, though, immaculate. Immaculate. 1000% I would do that. Nadim? I feel like would be my second choice. I am interested in seeing what his story is like, but not in, like, a very outward way, I guess. Just, like, quietly interested, you know? At the inn would be interesting, because we talked about, like, there's a bar there or something. I could see, like, bartender vibes. I think that would be really interesting. Skylar? I don't like... I don't like him that much. At the estate, like, I want to know what that means, solely because, like, I was getting, I don't want to say, like, prostitute vibes, but, like, ooh, you could be my assistant, but the assistant part is we're fucking. Like, I don't like that. And also, I didn't really like Skylar all that much, so I would not choose this at all. But if we were to go, like, top 3, in order, it would probably be Jude, Nadim, Hunter. And I would play through all of those routes. Skylar? No. No. Let's stay with Jude, though.
Me? Why are you choosing me? Fine, I guess.
I wasn't expecting them to talk. Anyway, thank you for playing our demo of Peachleaf Valley Seeds of Love. Please help us make this game a reality by supporting us on Kickstarter and sharing it with your friends and family. Hey guys! Please. There's a lot more fun to be had and many more adventures waiting just around the corner. Follow us on social media for the latest updates, giveaway, goodies, and more Peachleaf fun. See you in the valley! This was really cute. I liked it a lot. Like we said... The wind howls atop a cold mountain peak. From this desolate place that only seems to shelter the clouds and remnants of an era long lost to time. A lone figure watches over all below him. His scarlet-colored hair is stark against the colorless sky, as another breeze seems to pass him by, almost as if whispering into his ear. Another pair of footsteps suddenly echo out from behind him, followed by a commanding voice.
Have you sensed it? A shift in the earth has occurred.
The lone figure only lets out a low chuckle as he brings his hand forward, as if to grab something in front of him from thin air, before turning around.
How foolish of you to even ask. Why, it's almost as if you forget who I am. For the winds, they whisper everything to me.
In his hand now dances a small clover, as its tiny leaves twist and bend in the wind. The figure lets out another chuckle, as he brings his eyes to face the dark-haired man in front of him.
Although, the shift is not the only piece of news they have brought with them. Why, it seems we have a new arrival in the valley. See for yourself.
With a lift of his finger, the winds dance at his command. In an instant, a sculpture made of clouds, now resembling a young woman's face, floats between them. The other man scowls as he eyes the clouded sculpture with disdain.
It's just another human. What importance could she possibly bear to our conversation?
Devs, creators of this game, please let him be romanceable. Solely because I want him to eat his words. A low laugh emerges from the figure, as with another lift of his fingers, the cloud sculpture of the young woman floats back to where he is. With a smirk, the figure glides his finger over the sculpture's cheek. Ew, I don't like that.
You've always been so awfully impatient, haven't you, dearest brother? Because I'd ponder to think that the shift and her arrival, well, perhaps the two may not yet be so unrelated.
No, I mean, those were the vibes I was getting from the beginning, but continue.
Impossible. A mere human can play no part in the affairs of spirits.
Perhaps not. And yet, take a closer look.
As the figure moves his finger in the air, the sculpture floats in the opposite direction. The dark-haired man narrows his eyes when suddenly he catches sight of a faint, gleaming green light emanating off the young woman's forehead.
Eden! That bastard! When did he...
Interesting, isn't it? With barely a foot into our domains, and the land has already bestowed its protection over her. It sends quite the message, don't you think?
I see no being worth protecting. Only the naive acts of a fool that does not know his place.
A low, rumbling laugh escapes the lips of the scarlet-haired figure, which seems to shake the entire mountain itself. A howl of wind seems to cry out in the distance, as with the snap of his fingers, the sculpture of the young woman's face disintegrates into the air, and left in its place is only a small, glowing clover. Both figures turn their gaze on the horizon as they look out over the vast expanse below them.
Worry not, for the winds, they will reveal all in due time. Until then, come, let us watch how the rest of this story shall unfold itself.
Meanwhile, a figure turns his gaze towards the horizon.
The earth, she trembles, just as she did all those years ago. What could this mean? A simple coincidence, or a sign of something yet to come?
Okay. Oh, you've reached the end of the public demo for Peachleaf Valley, are we sure? For future updates and news on the extended demo. Ooh! extended demo. Follow us on social media. Thanks for playing. And then we're allowed to go back to the main title screen. Not sure what all of that was. I'm intrigued. We're getting like action-y sort of vibes in our farming sim dating sim. I'm very intrigued by how that is going, but like I was saying at the beginning of this video, I was very intrigued to see whether or not I was going to like this because I played this studio's previous work and I liked it, but it just wasn't for me. It was a little bit too, like I said, immature, and I didn't like any of the romance options. Versus this, I'm like, holy shit, right? I like this so much. I'm so excited to see where they are going to take it. I'm going to do a little bit more research because I know that they have a Kickstarter, and they are talking about how this is like in active development. It's not out yet or anything. So I'm gonna like stalk their social media and be like, hey, how close are you guys? Is the Kickstarter still going on? Like, what's some more information that I can get about this? Because like, this was so good, you guys. I'm so excited for this game to come out. And I hope that you guys are as well. But since I finished the demo, I should probably end this video, you know? Really wowed by this though. Really excited for it. But that's gonna be all from me. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you are interested to see more of Peachleaf Valley Seeds of Love. And I will see you next time for the next visual novel that I play on my channel. It's such a long list, you guys. There's like at least 10 more on the list. You will be seeing more of these. But I hope you're excited for them.